support the Department of Agriculture's budget request. There's a couple of things I want to address before I get to the state employee pay raise, which is our primary issue as far as state agencies concerned. A little known fact is that I have a fond memories of the Department of Agriculture because I was a consultant there in 2002, 2003, when the licensing system was built, Bridge. And that system was state-of-the-art at the time. And I can tell you for a fact that if it's still running, it was not designed to run for 20 years. So I appreciate the department making a request for the technology. Also, I heard from my DIR days that they are doing it right. They're doing the requirements definition first before they build, and then they roll out as they go forward. So I just wanted to shout out and give them a support for their request for the licensing system. My main issue to comment on is state employee pay raises. This is an issue for all state employees. The last across-the-board state employee pay raise was fiscal year 2015. And note I say fiscal year 2015 because what that means is it was September 1st, 2014. So since that time, the salary of state employees has seen a decrease inflation because of inflation, which is cumulative, of about 27%. So the buying power now of what your salary was in 2014, September 1st, 2014, is 27% lower. There was an across-the-board pay raise in 2016, fiscal year 2016 of 2.5%, but that was a give with one hand, take with the other. At that time, the contribution increased for state employees to the retirement fund by 2.5%. So the salary increase was designed to offset that increase in contribution and keep employees at least level. I can't say whole because other things did go up, insurance and some other things went up. So technically, if you do it a net to net, they probably came out a little bit less because of other expenses. But I did want to stress also how important it is to keep in mind that we have an aging workforce. And in fact, for this agency, 94 employees are either eligible to retire or return to work employees. That's a big percentage of employees. So when you are going and trying to attract new employees, a lot of agencies will try to use a little bit of latitude they have in the Physician Classification Act and maybe offer some salary that is not at the first level. But what that causes is salary compression with the rest of your agency. So if you have somebody that's experienced, that have been working for a number of years, who knows the programs, and then you have a new person coming in because you're having to pay a little bit more salary, that does impact morale. It does have salary compression, and frankly, it drives people away. The other issue as far as salary that you probably haven't heard me talk about recently, and that is if you do not receive a salary increase towards the end of your career, then you have a disincentive to stay working for a state agency. So let me explain. Your retirement is based on your final average salary of either 36 months, 48 months, or 60 months, depending on what group you're in. Group 1 is 36 months. Group 2 is 48 months, Group 3 is 60 months. If you're not getting pay raises, so you're not keeping up with inflation the way it is, then you retire, you're not getting as much in retirement as you will need. So then when you're retired 20 years, like our retirees have been, ERS retirees have been, you get a double whammy. You're starting at a lower level because you're not having salary increases along the line, and then you know you may not get an annuity increase for 20 years or even forever for that matter. So it does act as a de-incentive to not have a pay raise for all state employees, and all state employees are impacted. Agencies have done a remarkable job at trying to attract and retain state employees. This agency is no different. They have done things like your remote work, but frankly, there's a lot of jobs that can't do remote work. So you have to be out in the field inspecting. You have to be in the field doing grain elevators, which is very dangerous and complex jobs. And they've offered staggered work hours, professional development training opportunities, employee engagement enhancing, mentoring, service awards, anything you can think of, state agencies have done on behalf of their employees to